In this lecture, we will learn about the remaining MCQs from the question paper number 12 that appeared in the March 2022. So now let's start. Some of the parts of the typical human chromosomes are more numerous than others. What part are listed in order from the most numerous to the least numerous? So we have to find out. Centromeres are more than nucleotides, but the nucleotides are present in the more amount than this. So it unrules here. DNA molecule and then telomeres and then centromeres, but I can say telomeres are more than that of the DNA molecules. So it unrules. Histones, yes, they are greater. Telomeres are comparatively less than DNA molecules. So I found it the right answer. C here is the right one because it is the correct order of the most numerous to the least numerous one. Which row correctly describe a state of the mitosis? State of the mitosis prophase, nucleate envelope disappears. Centromeres replicate, spindle fibers begin to form, but spindle fibers do not begin here to form. So it unrolls here. Metaphase not present, nuclear envelope is not present. Move to the poles of the centromeres, move to the poles of the cells, but they do not move to the poles of the cells. Anaphase begins to nuclear envelope begins to form. It does not begins to form here. Telophase nuclear envelope reforms. Yes. Centromeres are at a maximum distance from the cell equator. Yes, they are. Spindle microtubules break down because they do not need it anymore. So option D here is the right one. The diagram represents a nucleotide containing adenine. This is the adenine. It contains the adenine. So it is a phosphate and this is a base. Which statement about this nucleotide is correct? This is a pentose sugar. Yes, because we can say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon are present in it. So it is a pentose. The base contain nitrogen. Yes, bases are always nitrogenous. So they contain nitrogen. Base pairing occur with the uracil. Yes, because adenine is present here and it is a pentose sugar, so uracil will bind with adenine. So we can say that base pairing will occur with the uracil. Adenine is a pyrimidine. No, it is a purine. So point 1, 2 and 3 are correct. So option B here is the right answer. Which row is correct for the replication of the DNA molecule? Direction of the DNA synthesis, as we know that it is from the 5' end to 3' end, and enzyme that adds the complementary nucleotides to the ligand strand is DNA polymerase. So option D, C here is the right one. Some students were asked to look at the photomicrograph of a cross section of unfamiliar material and describe what they could see. As we can see, here is just a circle. We don't know whether it is a tube, whether it is a cell, whatever it is. So the student described the cross section of F as circular, a hollow tube and a spherical. Which description of the cross section of F correctly state that what the students could actually see? The student can actually see only a circle, that this is a circular thing. So option C here is the right one. The diagram shows the relationship between the phloem sieve tube elements, xylem vessels and elements and the companion cells. Which row directly identifies which could be represented by the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5? So we can say here, as the companion cells are always present with the sieve tube elements, so we can say that this can be the companion cells, these can be the sieve tube elements, and it can be the xylem. And the 2 and 4 are the common features that both these cells share with them. So we can say that endoplasmic nucleus can be shared between both them. No, nucleus cannot be shared. Mitochondria cannot be shared. Endoplasmic can be shared between the both. That is, the companion cells and the sieve tube elements both contain the endoplasmic reticulum. So it can be endoplasmic reticulum. As the 4th point is concerned, what is the main structure which is shared by both sieve tube elements and the xylem vessels? So it is because both of them do not contain any nucleus. They contain cytoplasm, they contain vacuole, but they do not contain any nucleus. So we can say option A here is the right answer. Why does the air bubble in the xylem vessel element stops the flow of the water? Loss of adhesion, but air bubble do not play any role in the loss of the adhesion. If the water molecules want to adhere with the xylem vessels, they can, even in the presence of the air bubble. Loss of the cohesion, yes, cohesion can be lost, because if the air bubble will appear between the two water molecules, then the cohesion between these molecules will be decreased. So we can say that the air bubble can hinder in the cohesion. Collapse of the xylem vessel element. It does not play any role in the collapse of this vessel element. So option C here is the right answer. What changes to the water potential and the volume of the solution in the phloem sieve tube elements occur when the amino acids are removed from into the sink from the xylem phloem sieve tubes? Because phloem sieve tubes are the we can say are the sources for the amino acids. When they are removed from there, then the concentration and the volume of the solution will be decreased in the phloem sieve tube elements, and the water potential will become higher, because the amino acids are removed from it, and there will be the more water and as compared to the amino acids. So we can say that the water potential in the phloem sieve tube elements will become higher, and the volume of the solution and the concentration of the solution will become decreased. So option A here is the right one. Which feature of the sub-xerophytic leaves reduces the rate of the transpiration by decreasing the water potential gradient between the internal leaf surface and the atmosphere? If the water potential between the atmosphere and the leaf will be decreased, then what is the main reason why it is decreased? What is the main feature of the xerophytic leaves, why it is decreased? A thick waxy cuticle on the upper leaf of the upper surface of the leaf, it is not present here. Leaves reduces to the spines with a small surface area to volume ratio, but spines are not involved in this decreasing the rate of the transpiration. Stomata located in the sunken pits on the leaf surface. When the stomata will be located in the sunken pits, that is, the stomata will be less prone to the atmosphere, so there will be the less amount of the transpiration, because transpiration mainly occurs through the stomata. So we can say option C here is the right answer. The diagram shows a cross section through a mammalian heart. What chambers of the heart are presented by the GNS? They can be the ventricles. They can be the ventricles, because the articles are smaller as compared to these pictures which are shown here. So we can say that they are the ventricles. They can be the left and the right ventricles. So option A here is the, so option D here is the right answer. G shows the right ventricle and the H shows the left ventricle. So I will finish my lecture here and meet you in the next lecture. Till then, stay tuned and Allah.